This has a lot to do with, it's similar to what I said before. Our habits are usually attempts to make us happy. But they are not born out of a clear understanding of reality. That's what we say from the Buddhist perspective. To really understand reality, you have to look deep into it, and you have to explore it, and you have to experience it. Part of our existence is that we suffer as human beings. You know, we suffer by, once we are born, and then we get older, and then we get old, and then we die. This is a suffering, it's a fact of our life. Nobody likes that. You know, I don't want to get old, I don't want to die, I don't want to think about that. So I live my life in a way that I pretend it's not there. Things like that, pretending that's not there, increases or brings habitual ways of splitting me off from my basic sanity, my basic being, my basic mindfulness. And there are many, many examples one could give here, but that's, you know, this patterns that we apply that should make us happy, but that are not really thoroughly looked through, you know, whether they really make us happy or not. That's the reason why we develop more and more patterns that bring us away from our essence or our heart. To really find out about that, I think it's better to first find out only in ourselves. And then if it's true for us, it could be maybe possible for everybody. So here's again a little story, maybe very helpful. Imagine you come home from work and you have 2 bags with shopping, you know, and you need to get your children from the kindergarten, and the bus is already coming. You see the bus coming and you are last minute, so you run, and then suddenly someone bumps into you and all your shopping is on the floor and you fell down. And the moment you get up, you are about to shout, "You idiot! Can't you be more mindful?" But the moment you want to say it, you see that this person is blind, you know, and then you don't shout, you know. Your ego, which is only thinking about you and your situation, is completely gone. You just want to take care of this person because you see he was not able to see you, and you know that's why this all happened. So the moment we see reality in a clear and open way, you know, then compassion wakes up in us. From the Buddhist perspective, compassion is not something that we have to learn. It's part of our nature. We just have to allow it to be there. We just have to get out of the way. And I think this example with this blind man and what happens in us, you know, when all the worms come up and we feel so sorry and we just want to take care of him and help him get up or whatever, is a good example that ego can get out of the way and that we can really take care of each other. And when we can do it, everybody else can do it. And if we are always so open and so clear that we see the situation not through our lens of our expectation and wanting and desire and so forth, when we are really in communication with the world, compassion is a natural part of that. And then it can really inform us as human beings to live in a harmonious society. I'm sure we can get there, otherwise I would not offer a training like that. These keywords, or these, you know, like compassion or gentleness, friendliness, non-aggression is the word, they are actually part of our basic nature. That's what the Buddha discovered. That's where the Buddhist view on human beings and on life in general comes in the play here. When Buddha sat down under the Bodhi tree, he discovered that our basic nature is full of warmth, you know, that responsiveness, empathy with our experience, that our mind naturally wants to respond. It doesn't want to set boundaries, it doesn't want to be aggressive, it wants to communicate. Another aspect is that when we open up to our experience, we can discover this strength or intelligence, you can say, a clarity to understand life. And these terms that we use in Karuna training are covering these aspects of our basic nature. So what we do in the training is we have methods, we give talks and we have discussions, but we also have methods to find them in our own experience. That's the main thing. It's not so much believing it, it's really finding it in talking to another person. And I have done, we are offering Karuna training now since 14 years, I think. Many, many trainings, especially in Germany, but also in France and in the Netherlands. And people really experience that. And after 3 or 2 years, they go into their daily life and they are really changed. They know how to invite friendliness and non-aggression in a communication, or in their work life, or in how they treat their children. And that's, for me, that's, you know, it's wonderful, it's heartbreaking, but it's also a proof. I really trust that. Yeah.